July, but that just happens every July. It happens here at QVC. Yeah, QVC World, welcome in to today's special value. I feel like it's midnight. I feel like I'm as excited as I would be if I were jumping up and down and saying brand new day. Well, guess what? If you're seeing this for the first time, it's your brand new day. We started the day with 16,000 of our most popular tree. We're now down to a few hundred of some of these, like 2,800, but that's between all of our choices. So here we go. Sold out last year, sold out the year before that, brought it back, made it better than ever, made it more dense, gave you more lights. If you can see somebody through a tree, it's not a dense tree. You're never gonna have to worry about that when it comes to Bethlehem lights. The spruce, the blue spruce, gone, daddy gone, all the way. Sold out, only order of the year, price goes away at the end of the day. The green tree, still here, the classic, beautiful green tree with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and we'll give you the specifics in a little bit, of those beautiful color-changing lights, there's a 5-foot in the green. 4 dozen, and then we take another one away. 4 dozen, we started with 16,000. Here is the 11-foot tree in that green. If you have the room for it, it is a $2,100 retail value, better steel, better construction. This thing is gonna look like this 10 years from now, year after year after year. About 150. Now, let's go to the flocked. The flocked is here, and the flocked is what Chad is going to be so adamant about. He said not best flocked tree of the year. No, best flocked tree they've ever brought to Q, because the flocking stays on. It's better flocking material. It's available in the 5-foot, only order of the year. You can also get, if you're looking for a 7-foot tree and you want to step up to a second tree, third tree, or replace it now with a flocked tree, this is your best bet. Also, before I even go any further, if you're a fan of this tree, picked it up last year, the year before, we've had more phone calls on this tree than any product in the last like 3 weeks. 1-800-395-1601. 1-800-395-1601. We'll put up the phone number. Share your story. I think you took 7 calls at midnight alone. Call us if you love the tree. Why do you love the tree? That's a 7-foot. 8.5-foot tree. Instead of a 9-foot, which makes total sense, you got a 9-foot ceiling, you want an 8.5-foot tree because it's going to fit nicely. You can even put a topper on it. That's done in the flock. And then finally, the 11-foot tree. We're going to be very busy on the phones. Get ready, get set. Here comes Chad. Chad, we've got a lot of white lights here.
Yeah, we do.
We got more choices than white lights, right?
Well, yes. So with the remote control, we can just do, boom, multi.
Show that to the camera.
All right.
This is the best idea ever. White lights, colored lights, pastel lights.
Wait, there.
They're all there.
How's that? Right
They're
there?
all there. How many different configurations of twinkling and different movement of lights?
I mean, technically between all the colors, you could get like 50 or 60, but there's 20, and I want to make it real simple. So I'm gonna actually just take this away so I can use it and see it. But basically, so on the remote, we have a dim button, so you can dim it down if you're watching a TV. We have an off button, so if you want to shut all of the trees off, you can shut them off. We actually have a timer button, and it just flickered to let us know that we set the 8-hour timer.
Keep going.
Then we can go from multi to a warm white. Then we can go to back to multi. Then we can fire a pastel, which is absolutely beautiful. Here's my favorite feature right here. This is a sparkle. 1 out of every 5 bulbs is twinkling at the perfect time to give us the greatest feature I feel like we've ever come out with.
It's really subtle.
And so it's
not annoying sparkle,
no.
like some of them. It is so subtle. This is really, really beautiful. And you just keep going if you want that in white light or colored lights.
Yeah, I see we're about to do a close-up, so I'm gonna just wait. And then while you're there, watch this. I'm gonna hit the multi.
Wow.
How beautiful is that?
Wow.
By the way, 5-color jewel tone multi, but the multi is red, green, blue, orange, purple to make it look so beautiful. And then you can do color flip, you could go back and forth, you can do a light show, you can do everything.
Did you mention pastel as well, right?
Yeah, we have pastel right here.
So that's a pastel. So look at the pastel. Wait a minute, look at the pastel on the flock tree. That's a whole new category of beautiful tree. And by the way, let's just focus on this 8.5 for a second.
Okay.
8.5 is here in the flock. It's the only, blue spruce is gone in the 8.5. Blue spruce is gone in the green. But we brought, on viewer request, more of the flocked in this year in 2024, because it's rocking. So let's just, how many of these do we have in the flocked in the 8.5 remaining? Because it's the only order of the year. Only 8.5 we have left. I'll get the update from Fran in a second. Expiring price. How many lights on the 8.5?
3,000.
3,000 on the 8.5.
3,000. So typically on an 8.5, we're around 600, 650.
Wow.
We have 3,000.
Wow.
And so here's the coolest thing about having 3,000 lights. You would think, and guys, come on in close.
Yeah.
You would think if you had 3,000 lights, how much wiring does that take to put 15 lights on every branch? Guess where you don't see?
You don't see
Anywhere.
wires.
You see no wires.
I'll give you a little Bethlehem Lights education here. So where are those? You're not looking at wires and bars. Why? Because the lights, those 3,000 lights, go within the tree. The depth. They're not just strung and flung with wires connected on the outside. That's a cheap way to do the tree. These trees are, all trees are not created equal. Believe me, there's a massive difference with these, kind of artificial trees.
And more importantly, actually, while we're on this, I'm going to put it on steady just so I can explain this real quick. So this is steady. Each light has a 1-inch drop. I don't know if you can see this. The drop is elevated on purpose so that you're seeing each light from every angle. Every light is getting credit.
Oh, so it's not hidden by the branch itself.
It's not hidden. They're hand done. And the reason why that's...
See that? So that's raised up.
So it's raised up. And the reason... Well, keep that there, because now I'm going to change it. So there's a white LED inside this tiny 3mm light. Now watch this. I'm going to change it to multi. That just changed to blue. So in this tiny little light bulb, there's a white light and there's a blue light.
Wow.
There's not a mixed chip. The reason why that's important is that this white tree is a pure, true white. This multi is a pure, true multi. Our competitors will mix the two and you'll get a blend and the white ends up looking yellowish, pinkish.
12-month financing is your friend here, by the way. And just to go down, here's the breakdown of the retail value of this tree. 5 foot, 7 foot, 8.5, and 11-foot tree. I don't know if you've got a big breakdown, but I will tell you, this thing is 5 foot is $666. If you could find anything comparable, right? It's now under $4, and it's on 5 payments of $79 and change. If you were to go out and get the 7-foot tree, if purchased separately, this is a $900 tree, right? But because of the density, because of that gorgeous, gorgeous amount of lights, if you want in the 5 foot in the green, there's 200 remaining, right?
You care if I just show you how it goes together?
5 foot green is 24 now remaining.
Oh goodness, I'll do it real quick. Okay, so no matter what tree you get, okay, this is the 5 foot tree. This is 2 sections. It's power and a pole. The heaviest section on this is only 6 pounds, means it's easy to put together. Hold on, I'm gonna put it together. If you get the 7-foot tree, it doesn't matter what size. It's 3 sections. The heaviest, go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The heaviest section's only 10.8 pounds.
That we gotta get update. So we do have the 7-foot in the green tree. Okay, let's show that. I want to show that somewhere on the set. The 7-foot tree, there's 200 still remaining. I wasn't aware of that. I thought we were down to the, I was told we were only down to the 5 and the 11-foot tree in the green.
That's good, because the 7-foot greens are most popular.
So the 7-foot green is still here for 200 people. So this just in, breaking news, you can get the 7-foot green tree. It's still here. And there is that 7-foot. And a few dozen in the 8.5. Okay, got it. Teresa from Maryland is joining us right now. Teresa, welcome into QVC. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Teresa, which size are you picking up, and what tree did you pick up?
We got the flocked 8.5.
Woo, here it is.
And
there you
go. I'm so excited to get this one because we've never had a flocked. And my grandmother, when I was a little girl, she had a white tree. And all her grandkids, on Christmas Eve would go over there and we would, see this little grand white tree in her living room, and it was just magical. So, and we have our very first grandson now, and he's going to be 1 in October.
What's his name? What's his kid's name? What's this guy's name?
Jackson James is his name, and he'll be 1 in October. So I'm
That's
so
awesome.
excited for him to, just come in the house and see this tree for the first time. And so, yeah,
Magical Christmas.
Excited.
As dads and boys, we can relate 100%. I also want to, in honor of him and in honor of you, Clarify the flocked tree on this one and the difference of the flocked tree check, because it's really important.
Yeah, so in the past, everybody loves flock trees. They're totally on trend. The problem with flock trees is everybody knows when you set them up, the dust comes off, it falls off, it's a mess, you have to vacuum it. Bethlehem Lights has continued to figure out a way to adhere the flock to the tree to the point where I was telling Rick before, I set up all the flock trees on this set. There's not one crumb on the floor, not one.
Meaning when that little guy is not 1 anymore, he's 7, right? 6 years from now.
Wrestling the tree.
Right, and wrestling the tree and knocking it over. That, you're still going to have a beautiful flock tree,
Exactly.
Teresa. That's the important point.
We can't wait.
That's great.
We can't wait. It's beautiful.
Easy to put together, more lights than ever before, incredibly dense. So somebody might get lost crawling around that tree, so you keep an eye out.
How many pieces is it?
That's 4 pieces on the 8.5 foot.
But just take one of these up top for everybody right now.
So I'll take this one off, but I wanted to explain.
It's the best. I remember when you showed me this technology years ago, because I used to string all of the wires. You probably remember that, Teresa, all the wires down to connect them, and they broke. That is the best ever.
But Teresa, what's
Yeah,
important?
well,
Oh, go ahead.
whenever we have a Christmas tree, it's always been Bethlehem Lights. But I told my husband the last couple of years, it's time to get a new tree. And this morning I was watching, and I was like, I'm getting it right now.
Great.
You're going to be so excited that you're upgrading. We have had so many callers. They're like, I don't really need to replace my tree, but they got this from last year or the year before, and they were pumped that they got this tree.
Teresa, thank you so much. All the best to you, okay? Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. I want to give you all the choices that are remaining right now, everybody, because they're not all on the set. So let's start with the 5 foot. Okay, flocked only. The green is now sold out. Take it away, sir. It is now gone for the year. So people are shopping. We started with 16,000. In the 5 foot tree, we are down to the flocked only. And that's it. And that might sell out in the next few minutes. So go for it, because it might probably not going to make prime time. The next is going to be the 7 foot tree. The blue spruce tree is sold out in the 7 foot, but we have the flocked tree, and we're a few in the green, 150 in the green. But the good news is we have 150 in the green tree, 7 foot. Give me one line on that one.
Well, the 7 foot green has always been our most popular size. Most people have 8 or 9 foot ceilings. It fits perfectly. The 7 foot green comes in 3 sections. By the way, 1,750 lights. It's 4 feet in diameter.
That's the sweet spot. Guys, we still have the green tree.
Wait, here's
here's
the best part.
Good news.
If you want a 7 foot green tree, the heaviest section on that, even with that many lights, is only 10.8 pounds.
Stay right there. So
10.8 pounds.
The flocked thing. Do you get the bag with it?
You get a bag with it.
No, for the flock tree, for this thing, the bag is money. It's so great. You store this tree in there, everything stays there. It's the next year. It doesn't have dust, little bugs. It's all protected. You get it all.
My only recommendation: if you get the green tree, you can store it anywhere. If you get the flock tree, make sure you just don't store it in the attic. We just want to make sure we don't want it 200 degrees on your flock tree. We want it in the basement or in the dry area.
By the way, you're not shoving it in there. There's plenty of room on that.
Oh,
okay.
extra. It's
7 foot tree going quickly in the green. Next is the 8.5 foot.
Yep.
Now, do we have the green in the 8.5? 6 dozen. We do have it in the green. 6 dozen can be had. A lot of people on the line right now. And then we have this flock, which Teresa just picked up, in the 8.5. Just gorgeous. Here's the 8.5 green. One line on that over there.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that tree. Oh, by the way,
awesome.
as you're looking at that, what do you call this in terms of the diameter?
It's a mid-profile diameter. It's about 4.5 feet wide.
Ain't no skinny tree here.
No.
But it's not
mid.
a gargantuan.
But it's not fatty either. It's a perfect size tree. But Teresa did say how many sections did it come in? It's 4. The heaviest section's only 15.5 pounds. And it's easy to put together.
Finally, for a few of you, the 11-foot tree is here. It's on 12-month financing. It's a $2,100 tree. Not today. It's 5 payments of $259. You'll have it for years and years. It's fantastic. How many lights on this thing?
3,850.
Wow.
Rick, I used to be like, all right, this has 350 branch tips and 600 lights. No, it has 6 3,000 branch tips. Most of them are the new molded tips with the new growth that we haven't even talked about, and 3,850 lights. It's incredible.
So of the four sizes that we are talking about, like the spruce sold out, so that's 4 of them. The green and the 5-foot just sold out. That's 5 just sold out, right? Choices. So this is it. We got Deborah from Tennessee who's getting it and coming back from